Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Slight words of caution. Weaving a texture of path to freedom with the same tactic as the ones that you allege the intent of escape from only pulls you in closer to the serfdom you think you want to be free from. Put in other ways, you've likely heard the saying that a man who intends to be free from debt ought not to think of debt because what you think of or what you fear is what will occur more frequently. Instead, the man with the intent to be free from debt ought to think of excess money rather than debt in any way. The depth of serfdom that many face, no matter how small or dismissible in daily life, the small portions of it, when they see its small effect pile up to become big, an exigency rise in their mind because they've overlooked those small things until it gets big. Like the body goes into shock when introduced to excess toxins. With a man or woman, the only thing they've learned till that point of exigency and awareness of the impact of serfdom is fear, to find shortcuts, to lie, to mislead themselves and others, and to chase instant gratification. So they use those same state of mind that accumulated the small issues that eventually became big. They use those same state of mind to seek what they consider freedom. This is the reason most fail in what they consider their, quote, path to freedom. They utterly fail and fall flat because they are so accustomed to using the same state of mind of serf to seek the state of one who is free. They love to mislead others and themselves. They themselves are not truthful. The ones holding the invisible chains around their neck fails to disclose information about the invisible change, screwing them over. They themselves believe the world owes them something, just as the ones holding the invisible chains around their neck believe that they are owed something. And here's the worst part. Those who seek what they consider path to freedom in any manner believe that freedom is free. It can be if you've worked to the point where freedom reveal itself. Toil is what that is called. For you to get to the point where freedom is free. So much that there is a state in North America with the motto, live free or die. It's emphasizing the fact that toil is a necessity to freedom. In other words, freedom is never free. It is no different than someone wanting to have a home in a good environment, free from noise, natural or man-made environmental damages, and he just sees the first house after that thought process in his head and expects the house to provide all his requirements without searching, researching, thinking, and actually finding where and what fits the criteria that he desires. Rather than just looking at that first house that looks cute and he just wants to make that house conform to what he desires. That man or woman is delusional. Your freedom has never been free and will never be free because the cost of freedom is toil. And if you don't want to toil and you want others to just casually hand it to you in a way or form without first enslaving that man or woman handing it to you, because you're taking their time, you're taking their own toil, you're taking their own experience. If you don't want to enslave them, you will compensate them. Otherwise, you will just be enslaving someone else in the process of allegedly obtaining freedom. And ultimately, whether you realize it or not, freedom is a sentient entity of its own that will never reveal itself to you unless you put in some work to some extent. If you're thinking you're just going to delegate your freedom to someone else by enslaving them and expect it to be free, you're not going to get what you're looking for. In searching for what you consider freedom, be careful not to attempt to enslave others who you see as the one who could assist you. Otherwise, you would only chase away your helping hand. Payment is currency, beginning and mostly importantly, with basic communication skills. You'd be surprised that most who say that they are seeking quote unquote path to freedom most of them lack basic communication skills. It makes one realize quickly that no wonder they are where they are now. The way they live their normal daily lives is in shambles. Their minds scramble and fueled in dishonesty and carelessness. Pure negligence of basic things that matters. If you are no different in character and approach from those who you say you intend to be free from, then know that you are simply an hypocrite. In case you weren't aware, you can be clandestine without actually realizing in the forefront of your mind that you are counterproductive to the outcome you say you or others desire. It's called conditioning. For the most part, that conditioning is in your character, which is the outward expression of how you relate to the world based on your thinking process. Here's a simple but powerful jewel in commerce. If you are good at communicating, something that costs, say, $10 will be easily given to you at no cost at all. Because the one selling it for that $10 already has it and knows how to use it. Character and integrity is the key to success, not your sense of entitlement. You can have the sense of entitlement all you want. You, by your own doing and your lack of self-responsibility, will kill whatever it is that you think you're entitled to, will prevent the path to whatever it is that you say you're setting as a freedom. You can pay $1,000 to the one exchanging something with you, and your character and integrity be trash. That one giving you that thing will likely not give you the keys to what you've just bought. Not because they don't want to, but your character either expresses that what you've just exchanged will not serve you well, because it does require character and integrity to be enforced, or that your character itself blatantly stops them because you have it figured out already as far as they're concerned. Don't be an emotional slave, licking the sweat off another man's or woman's asshole. But be certain to consider the fact that there's always more than you think you figured out. Listening gains you that which you don't know that you don't know. And those two things, called integrity and character, serves as discipline for you to be able to communicate and maximize your own time and opportunity. Every moment that you have to speak to someone who is willing to give you something, no matter how small, that's an opportunity, or at least the creation of opportunity based on the questions that you ask and your ability to communicate. Once more, do not be an emotional slave, licking the sweat off another person's asshole. But be certain to consider the fact that there's always more than you think you have figured out. And listening gains you that which you don't know that you don't know. Till next time, take care. Best of luck.